right, so if your feet are down on the ground, flat in a parallel position with a little cushion underneath, otherwise sitting in a nice cross-legged position, make sure you're comfortable with perhaps a couple of cushions under either knee, and definitely under your sit bones. And if it's really best if you're not sitting on something that's too soft, because you'll just kind of sink into it and it's really uncomfortable after a while. So a nice firm surface is helpful. Hands in the meditation mudra. Shoulders are aligned with the hips and the ears aligned with the shoulders as much as you can. So you'll notice just even doing those couple of little, alignment things, you automatically start to sit a little bit straighter. And it's not about sitting upright. It's about allowing the energy in the body to flow a little bit better without we've already got enough blockages inside, with this and that. So if our posture is, at least in some respects, as much as we can, correct in terms of meditation, it's very, very helpful. So imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the coccyx all the way up through the crown of the head. And imagine there's someone behind you or above you, very gently lengthening that string of pearls of light, creating some space in the vertebrae, in between the vertebrae, in those discs. As we walk around in the day, everything gets kind of pommeled down. The head is slightly tipped forward, the eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose, tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Mouth can be slightly open, and relax the jaw. And let's just draw our attention to the crown of the head and relax the scalp and the forehead and the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the jaw, the mouth again. And take your attention to the back of the head, your scalp there. Just relax. Relax the ears, the inner ear, the temple area, your neck, your shoulders, your back. And if you are sitting on a couch or a chair, try not to lean into that surface. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly, arms and hands and fingers and the legs and the feet and the toes. And just notice the sensation of the cool air as you're breathing in, flowing across the outside of the nostrils or the base of the nostrils. Slightly warmer air as you're breathing out. If there's any sounds in your external environment, just allow those sounds to be there. Try not to follow, go and investigate with your mind. Allow the thoughts to arise, abide, and fall. Try not to judge your thoughts. And bring to mind all the people of your life, the ones we love, the ones who support us, who we care about, who care about us, ones who've got our back, who just meet us where we're at, accept us for who they are, who we are. And then there's the ones that judge us somehow. Maybe they're jealous of us. Perhaps they don't like us. or we find them irritating, we usually plop them into the enemy category, although I don't like that person so much category. And then there's these strangers. And although we feel differently about all of them, actually they're all the same. They're all equal. They all wish to be happy, to be free from suffering, and they all have this amazing potential. So I just think we're going to be doing this meditation tonight for all the people in our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. This purification practice as we move along our path towards enlightenment. So just bring to mind that the first of the 4 opponent powers is regret. So maybe something happened today. Just bring it to your mind. Try and develop a sense of regret. It's not the same as guilt. And the reason to regret is based on the logic of karma. So given that everything we experienced is based on our past actions, our past karma, having harmed others, we're going to necessarily experience some form of suffering in the future. And given that we know what suffering is all about right now, we don't want to invite any more of it. So the logic is, therefore, to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So just think, from the depths of my heart, I regret having harmed others with my body and my speech. If you have vows, having broken the vows, because you do not want the future suffering. Just think, I'm sick of suffering. So also we regret our delusions, our anger, our attachment, grasping, our neediness, jealousy, and all the rest that are the cause of why we harm others. So think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So we turn to the Buddha Vajrasattva in this case, who is the doctor, who has the methods that we can use to purify. So we're not asking for forgiveness here. We're asking, what we want to do is use the methods of Guru Vajrasattva to purify ourselves. So we're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods. So visualize Guru Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. And you can imagine, if you have a teacher, a Lama, however you label them, somebody who inspires your mind in the Dharma. It could be His Holiness the Dalai Lama, if you don't particularly have a teacher. Just imagine this is the mind of that person manifesting in this aspect for your benefit. And he's made of brilliant, radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus. There's this beautiful, youthful, radiant face. And he's these lotus-like eyes, which are peaceful and full of love and compassion for us. He has this sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell, which represents wisdom. The right is holding a Vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two, symbolizing enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. So there's this little section here about compassion, developing compassion. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. So the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us. So just think, bring to mind, maybe there was a person that you brought to mind at the beginning of the session, and develop compassion for them. And then perhaps a person who's harmed you, and develop compassion for them, knowing that the harm that they've caused you is going to bring them suffering in the future. So you can have compassion for them because of that harm, that suffering they're going to experience. So make a strong aspiration. We're going to do this practice of purification for the sake of all of these beings. I must purify for their sake. So the first, now we're doing the remedy, and the first time we purify is the body. So imagine Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar. You can imagine like coming out of a shower or a hose, or even Niagara Falls, if you like, very forcefully from his heart. And it arcs around, it enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you and filling you up until eventually it pushes out, it forces out of your lower orifices all the negativities of your body. And this leaves your body in the form of this inky black liquid, which disappears into space as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Juda Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakna Mebawa excuse me, Sawa Siddhi Mebe Yata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Siddham Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutta Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Supakaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawa Siddhi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me, Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutta Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Supakaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawa Siddhi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me, Siddham Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutta Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Supakaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawa Siddhi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me, Siddham Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutta Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Supakaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawa Siddhi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me, Siddham Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutta Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Supakaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawa Siddhi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me, Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutta Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita, Dida Meboa, Sutokaya Meboa, Supakaya Meboa, Anarakta Meboa, Sawa Siddhi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me, Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutta Vajra Bhava Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is completely purified. And think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So the next is a purification of the speech. And so imagine again, Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sending this powerful nectar from his heart. And it arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, again filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech. And this just overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and the lying and the talking badly about others behind their backs, all of this is purified by the powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Duda Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Spokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sudam Shriam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Duda Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sudam Shriam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Duda Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sudam Shriam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Duda Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sudam Shriam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Duda Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sudam Shriam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Duda Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sudam Shriam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Duda Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sudam Shriam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified. And imagine it's not possible that you could do anything other than be of benefit now with your speech. So anytime anybody hears your voice, brings delight, happiness, relief, calm to the mind of the being who is hearing you. So the next is a purification of the mind. And Guru Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends this time light from his heart chakra. And the light arcs around and enters your crown chakra and fills your entire being. So it's the same as when you walk in a room, switch on a light, that light dispels the darkness. So in the same way, as soon as the light from Guru Vajrasattva's heart hits your heart chakra, the darkness of the negativity of your mind is instantly dispelled. So all the attachment, the neediness, the anger, the jealousy, depression, anxiety, grasping, the grudges, all of this instantly dispelled, not one atom left as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Duda Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sudam Shriam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Duda Mebawa, Sutokaya Mebawa, Supokaya Mebawa, Anarakta Mebawa, Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame, Sudam Shriam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Duda Mebawa, Sutokaya Mebawa, Supokaya Mebawa, Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mepiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mepiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are totally purified, gone, finished. And think now that there is no space in your heart for anything other than love and wisdom and bliss, compassion and kindness. And now, purification of the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. So this time, imagine that Guru Vajrasattva sends light and nectar, or else you can imagine the previous 3 visualizations, either one at a time or simultaneously. You could do maybe one visualization for 1 or 2 mantras, another for another couple. But if you want to keep things simple, just imagine light and nectar. So this light and nectar fills your body and eradicates even the subtlest imprint of negative energy from your mind. So I guess you could say fills your body and your mind. And so just imagine this as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mebiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anaraka mebawa sawa siri mipi yata sawa kama sitame sidam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Nira mebawa sutokaya mebawa sepakaya mebawa Anaraka mebawa sawa siri mipi yata sawa kama sitame sidam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Now feel completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So lastly is the power of resolve. This is a really important part of this practice, is making a decision to not harm with our body and speech and mind again. Well, think about at least refraining. So without this determination, we're going to keep just following the same old patterns, just doing the same old things over and over again. So now just think of something, perhaps it was whatever it was we were considering earlier on in the practice. Maybe it's a habit we would like to give up. Maybe it's something we do. Maybe we swear more than we want to. Maybe we're sarcastic with people. Whatever this thing is that we do, just choose something. It could be some negative self-talk. Maybe we would like to be more aware of our self-talk. Perhaps we could be kinder to ourselves. And perhaps we could think about stopping our negative self-talk in its tracks and then redirecting it. So whatever it is you would like to work on, make yourself a little timeline, whether it's 5 seconds, 5 hours, while you're asleep. Just make a decision. These kind of decisions, these kind of determinations, is what gives us the strength to change. And one day you'll notice, after you've been doing this for a while, you'll notice that all these habits that you have may be a little bit less. It just takes time. So we have to be patient. So imagine Guru Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind. He melts into white light and just kind of absorbs into you, just dissolves into you through the crown of your head. And think, my Guru is body, speech, and mind. Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind. My own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. The union oneness, as LAMA YESHE used to say. So let's just meditate now, as Lama Rinpoche recommends, on the emptiness of the 3 circles. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level we understand emptiness, just place your mind there for a moment. So think about all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. And perhaps things don't exist the way we think they do. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy that you've created this evening during this purification, bringing those people of your life to your mind. And so dedicate to them. And may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of all the people in my life and for all sentient beings as quickly as possible. And for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Palamsa Rinpoche, you uphold the subduers moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjana's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers, honoring the 3 jewels, savor of myself and others, your disciples, please live long. And for Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please, please live long. And for Geshe-la, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Amazing. Another week has gone so fast. What's happening to our lives? It's disappearing. Like everybody, thank you so much. So lovely to practice with you all so much this week. I've really enjoyed it. And do take care. Have a nice weekend. All the very best. Good luck with your business tomorrow, Coral.